All right, everybody ready? Audio sync. Everybody clap.
Everybody clap.
All right.
All right.
All right. What's up? And welcome to another podcast episode. This is what, number 3 now?
Yes.
Boys, this is number 3. All right, we got one of my other team members here, Jake from State Farm or Make-A-Wish Gulag. And then we got a friend of ours here, Marvin, who is fairly new now to Airsoft. He actually tried out a field. Very proud of him. Gonna stroke his cock later. Anyways. No, hold on.
Chill.
But anyways, welcome to episode 3. Let's get down to that business, boys. We'll start off with Jake. What all questions or anything you want to go on about?
Wait.
Like what kind of questions do you have for like the group or for? Yes, you're Jake from State Farm.
Oh, I thought there was another person named Jake. I don't know.
Okay, well, what? Okay, so since Alec asked this last time, on last podcast, what inspired you in your gear? What is? Alec asked us last time. What inspired you with your gear? Like, what made you want to have your whole kit loadout the way it is?
I'd say mostly SCP Overlord personally, because I feel like the kits just really stood out because they were very unique, and the flannel with the gas masks looked really nice.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I believe inspired my gas mask and my plate carrier setup.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. And before we continue with this podcast, I also like to point out to the viewers that I'm not running a cam today only because of the fact that last time I did it on my laptop and then I had to switch over to my phone, and the audio with my gaming headset is pretty trash. So I'm using my PC right now. I don't have a camera for it yet, but it is coming in soon. All right, now we can continue. Marvin, what lovely things did you made you want to get into Airsoft, and then what kind of questions do you have for anybody of the group that has that experience?
Well, what I have for the group is, how did the group actually start? I want to know how.
Like, how did it start, or like how did
y'all get together and form actually like a team?
Okay. Do you guys want to answer it, or do you want me to answer it in a way to like make it make sense to the point?
It's the origin of what made you want to make a team in the first place.
Okay. Well, I know Alec. Well, Alec's not. Well, he's just a buddy. He hasn't really decided if he wanted to be a part of the team or not yet. I do have one more patch in case he does. But originally, the team that I have was actually originally a gaming clan that I created, and then I also wanted to progress it more of a outside platform to where I then, wanted to make it into a Airsoft team. Before these guys, I had another set of team, and that's pretty much dark history past with them. I can't say if anything, was a good or a bad outcome, so can't really speak on their behalf, but it kind of died out for a lot of reasons. But then I pretty much was keeping the team itself, the name and everything alive, and I started doing my pickings of who I wanted as a part of the team. And it wasn't necessarily for I'm just grabbing and going for whatever players I wanted. It was more of the things that I look for in the person, more of not so much their play style, but how they genuinely are towards other players. And so at that point, I kind of started getting some people in, and then I had some people ask if they can join it, like Jake from State Farm here. He was genuinely curious about the team and everything, and like what I expect for and stuff. And then I basically told him from that day, like, I just mainly look for not so much how you play, but also like how you treat other players and how honest you are when you get hit.
Yeah, I'd rather have a well-honored team if that sucked than a team that was great but were a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like not only that, I rather my team be honest and when they get hit, be honest about it. And their play style is how they choose to play, and I actually like their various ways of play styles because I'm not stuck. My team is not really stuck to a Milsom side or a Speaky B side. It's a mix and match, and it's actually good because I can utilize them in a way for if it comes to like clearing rooms, if it comes to like fuck it, just rush all the way down. If it's one of those ones where it's just like if we have tournament events, if we ever do those and stuff, like we have a good amount of groups for the SpeakQB tournaments. We have a good amount of group for Milsom tournaments and stuff.
Okay, and I like that about a team. I like a team where there's honesty and loyalty. Honesty is key to success and positive, strong, friendship.
Oh yeah,
So
like and like my team pretty much knows like if there was a real life situation that was happening, like if they were like in one of those like what do you call it? I guess we'll say life or death situation, and they called me up, I'm flying 110 plus down the freeway, and I will be there faster than what's about to go down. Like even my team to me is more like a family to me because of the fact that I will watch over them. They're not just a team to me; they literally are just like my family to me, and I will literally watch over them.
and I think that's how a team is supposed to work. Your team is supposed to be more than your team. It should be
Oh
family, like you
yeah,
said.
oh yeah, and like I've seen some teams start to go downhill after a while. Like there was a team out in California called Panda, and they had like the actual members. They were really good members and stuff, and then they started like spreading their team out to other states, and they would have one person basically represent the team out in that state and be the leader for that state and stuff like that. And then it eventually started going downhill, and then they just pretty much split the team up, and it's no longer really an existing team anymore. But I've watched some of their videos and stuff, and like the actual ones that like do the milsimings and do the speaky bee stuff and stuff like that. I've actually seen their videos, like the real panda videos up in California play, and they're a pretty good group. And then you get the ones that make them look bad that run the off-brand panda patches
Okay.
that end up making the team have a bad rep. And so like my team, like with our patches, my team's patches are a specific color, a specific shape, and everything else in between, so I can decipher who's who, let alone I know who's who.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
feel like for a healthy team to stay healthy, it doesn't deteriorate over time. You got to keep it all in concise. Like picking who you have on your team to join you and whatnot, weeding out like all manner of players to pick the ones that that are gonna stick around and not cause drama, bullshit, whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh
That's
yeah,
like
like and
key.
and like here's a prime example. I won't say who their name is or anything, but I actually at one point had to um put one of my team members on a suspended probation type period because he was ending up getting a little too cocky, and then he started getting a little too not so much naive, but what do you call it? A little too douchey to the point where I was like, okay, I can't handle this. Like this is I was like, I'm not gonna ban him because like I talked to the rest of the members and I was like, I'm not gonna ban him, but what I will do is I'll put him in a suspension as a first warning. And I gave him a good suspension saying like, hey, like take off your patch for now, and if you go play, you're gonna play without the team. We won't let you know when we're gonna go play, and we won't let you know what the events we're going to are gonna be. So he wouldn't be able to like join the team to any of those things. So that was his punishment for the first warning. After that, like he was lifted from it, um, I let him back in to play with the team and stuff again. He changed his attitude. He's a little bit better now. It's just sometimes you have to do a little bit of corrections on those members.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not you don't have to curse them out or anything in that manner. It's just, hey, like this is what you're doing in a wrong way, and let's just get it fixed over to a different way. Like let's get it. Let's get.
Let's be honest.
What's
It's
up?
fun. It's fun though to curse them out. It's
Oh yeah, a little
alright,
bit here
you
and
know.
there. Like, but like it just it's to a point of that demeanor and stuff of how they're gonna act, and if they're gonna act like an idiot, well, guess what? You're gonna sit in timeout like a 5-year-old and continue to be that idiot over there.
Yeah, especially if they're going to be representing your team. You
Yeah.
don't want them to go around making your team look bad just because of their behavior.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck around, find out.
Pretty much. Oh, let's see what else. Oh, what else would you like to know, Marvin?
What else? What else?
Like any questions towards like airsoft based stuff? Any questions on differences of them?
Do y'all go to different? What is I'm trying to look?
The arenas?
Yeah,
Different
do y'all go
arenas?
to different arenas all the time, or y'all go to one main certain one?
I know for me, I like to keep going to the same one just because like there's another field out here that I've played at before, and like during the wintertime, there are like the team and I we like to like sometimes discuss on what field we should go to during the winter. Like we were gonna do another Yuma trip out here in Arizona. We were gonna do another Yuma trip, but that kind of got halted because there was a lot of things going on with everybody. So we pretty much put that on hold. We haven't been there yet since it's still the winter time. But I mean, if we missed it out this winter, that's fine. We always got next winter and stuff like that, and everybody will be able to have like a better planned out stuff. But we do change it up from time to time. Some of these guys will actually play at different fields, pretty much the same day. That I'll end up going to the same field that I normally go to. But it's, for example, like there's a field out here called Dreadnought. You can shoot out the lights. It's a really cool mechanism that they have for those lights. The only issue I have for that field is footage.
He's dork.
It's always dark in that arena, so it's hard to get that footage. Like, there's a team member of mine who you can watch called Algebra. I'll send you a link to one of his videos, but he plays at that field, and that field has no minimum engagement distance rule.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually a pretty fun field. It's a really fun field and all. It's just it gets dark all the time, and when they shoot out the lights and stuff, it's very hard to make footage for it.
what's the
Isn't
FPS
that the
limit?
one where you have to be 18 or older to be
You have
part
to-
of, right?
Well, you have to be 18 or
Alec, that's
older
right.
on certain days, but on Saturdays,
That's
the
true.
morning sessions, you can be 14 or older.
Right.
Oh,
That's right.
bro.
I haven't been to Dreadnought yet, but that's the next field I want to go to.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's just very hard to get footage.
It
But
sounds very fun.
they have their FPS limit there is 350 for .2s and 335 for .25s.
I'd probably run a heavier BB and a lower FPS
I
just
would as
because
well.
I would want them to fly straight.
Oh my baby.
But I also like them to like
Too good.
feel it because sure it's a lower FPS, but because it's a heavier weighted,
It hurts more.
It hurts more. You can definitely feel it a lot more.
Oh yeah, like for example, like my DMR, I wanted to take it to an outdoor field with the .4s.
But yeah.
Like I wanted to take it out to Yuma using the .4s and run it on 100 at least 100 100 to 115 psi.
If you chose those weapons like DMRs and stuff like that and weighted BBs, doesn't your minimum engagement distance change? Like, wouldn't it be like 50 feet?
At the Yuma field, there is the only minimum that they require is 10 feet.
Oh God.
That sucks.
I know. Up in Wild West, the minimum over there is
Wait,
20 feet,
It's 20 feet, yeah.
which is stupid to me because it's like at 20 feet, they're not going to hear
That's
you as
normal
much.
engagement rule. That's like normal engagement distance.
No, the normal engagement distance for a lot of the fields is 10 feet.
Yeah.
Except for if you go to play at the Iker Airsoft up in Chino Valley, it varies.
Well, I think the reason why they keep that 20-foot engagement is because the fact that they allow full auto. at their
I
field.
think it's also heavier BBs too. I think they allow up to .4s as
yeah,
well.
that too. I think they would like and probably prefer to keep it a lower engagement distance, but because of the fact that they're allowing people to do full auto and have the heavier BBs, they have to.
Yeah.
put
I mean,
that
it makes
20.
sense.
No,
It's the same with like Acre Airsoft. Like it depends on the the I guess gun you're running. If you're running a sniper, the minimum engagement distance for that is 100 feet.
I would also say though, I think you'd have to ask because I've only been to Wild West once, but I
Yeah, me too.
wouldn't put it past them if like if you're running a lower weighted BB but not as high of an FPS because I literally have where'd it go? I took this sight protector and the corner got shot out within like being there for like an hour, dude. An hour, and I don't know who shot it out, but that tells me that's a high FPS. I wouldn't be surprised if you talked it
so
down.
if they put it to where like the .4 is only allowed to run at like say 300 FPS, that's plenty of PSI for my tank to run through.
Right. I think it just depends. There's probably more underlying rules that we don't know about that you could ask and be like, hey, I'm running like a lower FPS and less weighted BB is my engagement distance shorter than other people. I think their 20 foot for right now is probably just their general across the board so that it is at least on the website and that they just let everybody know what the general ones are.
Well, what's also funny is like my DMR that I have, people are so terrified of it because like even when I used it in VIP Gilbert, like it was a long gun, but people were scared of it because they couldn't hear it.
Well, yeah, no doubt. I've heard it. Thing's terrifying.
I haven't been on the receiving end yet, so. No.
I don't think you want to because all of my guns that I use for airsoft, I make sure they're dead point accurate.
Dude, just hearing, I wasn't even playing against him and I heard that thing. I would have been terrified if I was on the receiving end of that thing.
Well, what's funny is like a lot of the times too is like when there's so much going on, you don't even hear it going off. You just see green light up BBs just flying down.
Right. I mean, a lot like not to get like because I know you said like a lot of times people get afraid of you and stuff like that. I'm not per se afraid of you. It's just more of the like that would just be terrifying to hear like a quiet like hiss noise from like 20 feet away if I even barely hear it, just to hear a loud whack into my like back or something like that. Like that's what would terrify me.
Literally, all it sounds is it's literally just.
Yeah, and just into a thwack into the back of my head or something.
Oh no! In the building. That's not full auto. This is full auto.
Well, what's funny is the DMR doesn't even full auto because it's all just one mechanism. It does not have a battery in it. Like it does not run a battery.
Nice.
Weird.
It's all pressurized air. That's all.
Hell yeah.
Beanie users fear this man.
Dude, I'm so well known and stuff. Like even like kids and stuff when because they watch my stuff, they start to like freak out and like have that little fanboy fangirl issue going on. Which I mean, I don't blame them and stuff. Like, yeah, it's cool that you meet somebody you follow or have sub to on some sort of social media platform, but it's just like, trust me, I'm gonna treat you like a normal human being. I'm nothing special. Like maybe to you, like you find it in a way because like I had a kid tell me that I was his hero.
Swamp sniper.
And I literally had I actually saved that clip during the like staging area when I was walking by, and he was like, "You're my hero," and I was like, "I love you too."
You know how to keep a clear mind and understand. Like, I'm just posting videos for the fun of it, sort of situation. I'm just a normal person, like any of you guys are. I'm just happy to post videos.
I'm not gonna treat them like they're less or anything. Like I'm gonna treat them like a normal human being. Like
Right.
they're human as well. Like they're not below me. They're not above me. They're just an average player just trying to have fun.
Nah, I've seen it get to your head. You've asked me for sexual favors. All right.
We're mad at.
Videos where you walked right up onto me. Remember that me responding on the flagpole?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a video part where I went up to him. I was like, he's like covering me. I was like, I got you, and I went all up on him. I put one leg and my arm around him.
Got his body around.
Did you
I was
pin
like-
the video of us hugging on your TikTok?
Yeah, I even have on the
That's pinned?
I even have that on TikTok.
Is it pinned?
It's not pinned, but it's in there because
Yeah, I know you uploaded it to TikTok. I was just like wondering, did you pin it?
I didn't pin it.
Is it one of your
like,
top posts?
He's like, am I gonna be seen as
I
gonna
don't
be
think it's
seen?
like top posts because I know.
Well, obviously it's not your top post, like because the
But,
pins
like,
are like
the-
from your account.
Well, because like I have some that have over 5K views, like the one where the guy got all upset when I shot him. I was like, cry about it. Which turns out he was another friend's one of my team members' friends actually, because I came across him the second time. He's a pretty chill dude. It's just he kind of says things at the wrong time in a funny way that I don't blame him.
Or the heat moment situations that you end up in, like getting shot in the forehead or something, you're definitely gonna
Right.
feel a little slump of anger, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
totally natural. It's just also dependent on the other person's reaction too, because they goad you on. It's just it's on at that point.
Oh yeah, like it's when somebody gets a little mad at me and I hear it, my brain goes, time to troll. We're gonna troll. We're gonna make him rage quit. We're gonna make him leave the arena. And then just Doom music will start playing in my head.
When the Doom music kicks in.
Figure out a way to connect your like your Spotify to your ear pro.
Right.
That's what improves your gameplay right there.
Well, what's funny is I could actually fit my earbuds into under my earmores if I really wanted to, because I have so much like earmore space from there.
Do you have like Beats or something like that? Like,
I have Raycons.
oh, nice.
Yeah, so I could just.
like.
But the thing is
they
like I
basically
don't.
glorify your ear.
Yeah, the thing is I wouldn't run my phone in the arena
Oh, true. I mean,
because I don't need to get shot out by a BB.
I'd say if you have something like the Oxford Research synth pouch, you could like just put your phone in there. Cause
I could, but I still can get shot out.
True.
What other questions is there?
Who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
Be nuts.
Actually, how do y'all feel about the Super Bowl being in Glendale this year?
I'm not going.
He just arms crossed here says, "I'm not going."
I got invited to a Super Bowl party instead.
It's funny. It's funny because I'm flying out the weekend of the Super Bowl.
Nice. I got invited to a JRTC Super Bowl party.
Oh God.
We like four.
JRTC. Oh my God.
I make fun of those kids all the time.
That shit, bro.
JRTC. I remember that.
I'm right here.
School.
Sorry,
Wait, what's that?
To
Wait,
carry around rifles in
Oh,
school.
so
what's
you
that?
guys want to know like the most annoying JRT, like the kids from JRTC is actually Air Force kids, because I live next to an Air Force base and there's a high school there that all the military kids go to.
Oh boy, you're talking to one right now.
And
Hi.
like these kids have a stick so far up their fucking ass. It is ridiculous. I'll literally be walking into a Burger King and they're like, your shirt's not. I'm like, what? I'm like, what?
Bro, what?
Speaking of that, like I
You need to
came
stand
across some.
Why
So-
is your shirt not tucked in, cadet?
Well,
like,
what's
Shut up.
I sat down, sir.
Well, what's funny is like I was on my route on Thursday, and I think it was yesterday. No, it was last week, and
I'm cold.
I get to one of the Walgreens because that's where I pick up some of their stuff from. And guess what I saw walking into there?
JROTC cadet.
Yep, I saw two of them going in there, and it's funny because they take off their little hat when they walk in, and I'm like, I was like, when you're walking into public places like this, you don't need to take it off. It's when you're going into homes, or you're going into a courthouse, or you're going into anywhere that
Senior
really has a
Master
flag on the
Sergeant
inside.
Sir Cadet reporting.
But what's funny is like both of them were kind of staring me down a little bit because I have all my gear and stuff on and I'm walking in to go do my work. So I walked
Someone
in.
in my core is gonna watch this podcast.
I literally walked
That's
in.
Dan Boyovich. Oh my God.
I literally
Come on.
walked in and I walked over to the door waiting for the manager to go ahead and let me in to give me all the stuff. And these two kids were still staring at me. And you know what I did? You know what I fucking did? I just fucking stared at them back, but I gave them the cold eyes. Like,
Is that the
please
cry
make my
dignity
fading.
too? Yo, what?
And they
kid are you
immediately-
guys-
shine his shoes
Like they
rice and
literally,
go back to shitty
literally stopped staring the minute I just fucking gave them that death cold stare.
God, you'd
Death
love
stare.
Is that the Glock 45?
It is funny because we run FN 509s at my work because they're issued to us. I would love to run my 45 in there.
Dude, all this reminds me of
Our
that
weapon's
one
good, though.
meme of the kid who's just like, "You are making fun of a future U.S.
Oh,
Marine."
you know what's funny is he actually went into the military after
I know
that.
he did. Which makes it even more hilarious.
But anyways,
future, not current.
but anyways, back to the funny stuff.
Funny stuff. What funny stuff?
What funny stuff? This was never funny. This should have
So,
very conversation.
Marvin, do you have any
Yes,
more
yes.
questions or like topics of the airsoft stuff?
As far not right now. I'm trying to render questions in my head as we speak.
Okay, that's fine. How about you, Alec?
Oh, bald.
Got anything that comes into mind?
Let's see.
ignore my question like that.
Oh,
Well, you cut out, babe, so I couldn't. I didn't get your question because you cut out.
Favorite gun to use?
What's favorite gun to use?
Yeah.
Are you asking everybody, or are you asking?
Everybody. This includes
Okay.
everybody.
Okay, perfect.
No. They're not just talking to you. Or they can go.
No, well, no, because like you're breaking in and out so bad, so it's like it's hard to hear your question.
It is.
It's so bad. It is so bad.
If you want to file a
All
complaint,
right.
the La Quintana Hotel in San Jose, California. Right
Okay,
next to
I will.
We're gonna have to
Right
right
out.
all of that out. That's a little too specific of location of located
Doxed?
information.
Oh, don't worry. By the time this
Oh,
gets
wow.
posted, well, by the time this gets posted, she's not even gonna be there anymore.
Real.
True.
So real.
But anyways, all
Yeah,
right.
no.
So we can go down the list. We'll start with the youngest, Jake from State Farm.
Hello,
What's your favorite gun to use so far, and why?
my child. It was free, and it's fun to shoot.
It was free. It was
Also,
free.
also, it's just I don't
The
know why.
foldable collapsible stock that is
Exactly.
breakable at like 2 minutes.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what I'm saying. It's the best.
All right.
Don't forget the really loose safety also.
Right. All right. I don't know who's younger than who. Alec or Coker. I don't know who's younger than who.
I think Dirtman's younger.
I'm younger.
Okay. So what about you? What's your favorite to use, and as to why? I think you already discussed this in the last podcast.
I think I either did it the last episode or the first episode. I said it was my P90 that I have, just because it's my favorite to use, and I don't know. I just feel like I can be super efficient with it. In second place would have to be the gas blowback MP7, obviously, but
Sexy.
thanks.
Average size submachine gun gang. It's average size, I swear.
Well, it's got the collapsible stock. Anyway, I've already said in the last episode and already explained why it was my P90. Just I'm a little biased because it was my first gun that I actually bought for airsoft when I got into it 6-7 months ago. But not to reiterate what I've already stated. But that's why it's just my favorite gun. I just can really shit with it.
All right. I don't know who's older, Alec or Marvin. Marvin, how old are you?
I am 22.
All right. So
Older.
your turn. So since you played airsoft for your first time, did you find any guns in there that looked interesting?
Not so far. My favorite gun is my one that doesn't use plastic pellets, and I wanted to show y'all. I'm going to go get it. So give me like 26.
Alrighty.
Show y'all what it looks like.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, Alec, what's your favorite gun to use for airsoft and why?
You actually have to ask me that because I think everyone knows.
Well,
What
you know what? We're
gun a
going
Russian
through the
uses.
list. Well,
I
we're
would
going
say
through
he's
the
the
list
knockout
anyway.
Brandon
Because you
Herrera.
do,
Let
well,
me
because
let me
you do
go.
have you
Well,
do
you
have your new
see,
one. You do have your new one, which is the.
Let me
You
go.
do-
Let me go grab it. I'll be right back. 20
Okay.
seconds.
Well, he does. Well, the thing is like he has his new one now too, so it has like that like he could put attachments on that one now because it's got the combat rail rather than the AK base rail. So he's got a combat AK that he has with the attack rail that he could use for like flashlights and stuff like that, rather than the AK with the normal like wooden stock grip
Mhm.
rail system and everything. So
Did you time me? Was it 20 seconds? It's been 20 seconds yet?
I didn't time it, but anyways.
Okay. All right. I
I'm
gotta
pretty
go
sure
up.
that's about 20
20
seconds.
seconds. But yeah, so
All right.
obviously my Russian kit kind
I
of
think I already
dictates what.
sent it to you on Discord. Remember this baby right here?
Oh, nice.
Sheesh.
Is that the real steel one?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, fun fact for everybody: this is real still. He's not talking about airsoft right now, but he can actually get a replica one for airsoft if he really wanted to, because they do have one like that. If he wanted to, he can actually, if he likes the feel of reloading, he can get the gas blowback version of that gun.
I would do that,
I
honestly.
plan on doing
Yeah, I'd
that.
do that too.
Yeah, so there's a couple
Yeah.
websites I can send to you later, and a couple of good brands that actually make something similar to that one. And then if you wanted to, you can always swap out like the actual parts and stuff, or not parts,
Yeah.
the actual like outer rail systems and stuff to make it look exactly like the one you're running.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I just love the feel of this gun.
Oh yeah, like that's the fun thing about gas blowbacks is they keep the at least close to similarity of the feel of real steel ones.
Oh yeah.
Like people wonder how I can move around with my MK18 gas blowback.
Because just motions, you know.
Yeah.
That's something I'm just used to. I'm used to a lot heavier actually.
And that.
Yeah, you remember how heavy my AK-74M was, right?
Yeah.
Well, this new one I have, the LCT, this shortened barrel one. This
Yeah,
one.
the combat the combat grip one.
This one is like twice the weight of the AK-74M, which is so surprising to me. But not really, because considering that it's all Zenit code out and everything.
Well,
it's kinda-
that now you can actually put attachments on it versus the other one with the wooden stock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I still need to find a dovetail for it because I just want to rock a B8 mount on it.
I could probably find one
Yeah.
online for you.
How
Oh,
the
yeah, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, it doesn't take me long to find things like these online at all.
Hang on.
In all honesty.
on.
What?
Look what I just found that I couldn't find the other day. I'm not going to show the front side of it, but
Oh, nice. My dog tag.
yeah, I thought I left it in Arizona. Don't know how it got up here.
Well, that's probably one of them because like
Teleportation.
I have another one. It's still sitting in the cup holder. I still gotta drill a hole through the bullet so I can make your bullet necklace.
Yeah.
It's an
Alec,
SCP.
are you gonna run that
We're doing
tomorrow?
SCP.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing it tomorrow.
Heck yeah.
I've only,
By the way,
I only
tomorrow
played one
he
game
means
with
the
it.
4th. By the way, he
That's
means
just-
February the 4th.
I'm running my
Yeah,
shotgun
I'm missing
tomorrow
out
that I
on
finally
something.
tricked out and stuff.
They'll probably see that. They'll probably see that in my video this weekend though, because like I will be posting one this weekend after the session.
I'm also excited too because I can actually do night or low light fights.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
'cause I have
I
the
mean,
actual flashlight.
what you could have done too is like if we were doing low light and you weren't running a light, you could have stuck with me the entire time.
Yeah, that's
Okay, I actually have a good question.
You guys can get close up and hug each other from behind.
one of the things I do want to get good at doing is pushing hallways with a team. Like actually, like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
do high low.
Well,
and stuff,
like-
and
like
I'll
I was
walk with
telling-
you.
Like I was telling Dirtman too, is like if you ever wanted, like you guys can stop by my place and we can run drills.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I also want. I know this
Because
is
I got
gonna-
plenty of doors and corners here.
Oh yeah.
I know this will be pretty controversial, but I also want to get a the riot shield that Russia uses.
Oh, okay.
I,
Oh, the
want to get
Russian
this
one?
one right here. Yeah, this one right here. I want to get this one, the full body sized one, so you can stand and push at the same time.
Editor, throw a picture up.
right, right.
Oh, yeah,
we
that
gotta,
one
we
right
gotta
there.
increase the production value here just a little
Right,
bit.
right.
Mobile production.
But anyways. But
yeah,
yeah.
running that with those bright lights on the front of it, that'd be so sick.
I just
That's
picked up
all
this
good.
flashlight actually that I'm gonna be hoping to get a flashlight mount from Amazon tomorrow in the morning right before the
Nice.
session. This is supposed to be a claimed 1800 lumens. I don't think it is, but it's at least 1000 because this sucker is bright. It's also got strobe mode. I can't wait to be an a-hole tomorrow.
Yeah, mine likely has strobe on it too.
Mine, this one right here.
Mine's a 2K lumen light.
I was gonna say you can go ahead.
But anyways,
I was gonna say, mine's 3D printed right here. My friend 3D printed this for me. It was originally meant for helmets, but then I put it on the rifle because why not?
I'm actually going to be getting a 3D printer soon myself, so then I can actually do stuff like that.
3D print lower receivers.
Actually, that's a topic we could get into later down the line if we wanted to.
Yeah, oh yeah. We could definitely talk about that for the next one. But anyways, continuing on, I guess.
Marvin kept trying to interject. I think he's got a question.
No,
also Blizzy, Bianca did too. But before we continue on with those questions, let me answer mine, which we all know what mine is. Obviously, mine's definitely that MK LM4 KWA gas blowback rifle. I actually am going to be getting a VFC M4 based one soon. I won't say when, but I'm definitely going to be getting one so then I can run another brand and have fun with that one and do some similar setup. Why did my Discord do this one? But we all know what that one is. But before we continue on though with the let's go with Blizzy's question because she had one first.
I was gonna say like what's like I know like in the previous podcast like the first one you guys were talking about, try the game first before you buy your own gear. Like what if in the event like you're actually really into airsoft but you're like between deciding like what's a really good first gun to buy?
Okay, so when it comes to something like that, that's more of a personal preference for guns. I always tell people that because they always say that. Some people actually ask that in my comments, like, "Hey, I'm new to airsoft. I wonder what kind of gun I should buy." It really depends on what you're comfortable with. If you have an airsoft field that's nearby, and you want to hold, like, if you're looking at guns and stuff for airsoft that you want to use for a gun, and if you're gonna play at that specific field, and you know you're gonna play at that specific field at a long run. I'd say grab each gun, kind of hold it, see if it's comfortable with you. If it's comfortable with you in that set and you're actually comfortable with it, use it. Get it. But it also varies on, are you doing a close quarters combat or are you doing long range? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? So there's pros and cons to things.
Are you
like
moving
my
fast?
gun,
Are you moving slower? Like there's so many different points that you have to like put an answer to in order to determine what kind of gun you want to get.
And really, when it comes to airsoft, though, when it comes to ranges, I would say that doesn't particularly matter.
No.
Because it kind of goes off of BB weight more than just like the length of your barrel. Because you can rock a sniper rifle.
Well, so like it also varies because range does come in effect for that as well. Because like an SMG, if you're playing outdoors, an SMG, whether it's gas blowback, AEG, or even HPA, it's not going to reach the same distance as an airsoft sniper would.
I mean, from what I've seen, if you want like a realistic engagement, because if you're shooting to the furthest range you can with a rifle, by the time that BB gets there, is that target still going to be there? You know what I mean?
There's also the drop point of it too, the BB drop point. So because like again that counts for range is the drop point of it. How far is it gonna go until it drops?
Well, like Alex said, it depends on the BB weight, especially because I know that like
the FPS allowed for the gun.
Other snipers tend to use the heavier BBs.
They use 0.3s to 0.4s.
That's what I've heard. They tend to use those. Obviously, that increases
more accuracy
and distance, but
it's also more accuracy.
Yeah, BB weight plays a big factor into your range than like Alex said, just not necessarily like your inner barrel, but your inner barrel also does help because that helps stabilize the BB longer. So there are a lot of little factors that play into
makes it inaccurate as fuck.
So like you can't just disregard one detail and just assume it's not going to affect anything, because you're not going to want to run a sniper with 0.2s and you're trying to shoot somebody 150, 200
I've done
feet
that.
away. For you, then, I'm just saying that generally you wouldn't want to do that.
Your opinion is irrelevant right now.
But no,
not you.
well, I can't necessarily say though that it's hit the target accurately.
Ah,
Yeah,
see, that's an
exactly.
important detail.
Exactly. But
You just hit them with Riz.
the thing is too is like it's just more of play with what you're comfortable with.
Okay.
It's not necessarily, and it like also keeping count on if your field does full auto modes or not,
That's
because that's also a really big factor for a lot of fields. Because I know there's a good handful of fields that won't do full auto, but if you're outdoors or something, there are fields that do that.
I would say, like, if you had to, like, if somebody was saying, I want to run this platform because of X issue, you know, like parts, you know, you can find M4 parts for M4 platforms for airsoft guns everywhere. Like, every airsoft store will have parts aplenty. There's going to be millions of parts that are super interchangeable between brands for every M4 platform you can think of. When it comes to like AKs and stuff, a lot of that stuff is hit or miss. Like if I want to
Yep.
put LCT attachment on a Cyma AK, I can't because it's just the specs are way too realistic for Cyma brand.
That and along with like AK, the way the AKs are designed in reality versus like how they do it in airsoft, it's very iffy and touchy because of the fact that you have to have specified things for that gun to be able to work
Right.
versus like an M4 where you could be like, oh, I want a short barrel M4, and you just turned it into an SMG. You literally just cut off everything that was there for it, and you just now short barrel. As for AKs, you can't really do that. You have to get a whole different setup for it. Like you have to change the outer barrel, the inner barrel, the rail, the spring, the inner mount, the everything.
Maggie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you're absolutely dead set on a certain platform, I would say a good starting weapon would be like a mid-entry M4 brand. That way it's durable enough and it's something that'll give you a testing ground if you want to continue down that road, and it'll also let you choose from parts aplenty, like all different kinds of stuff if you want to run attachments and whatnot on it.
For
Then you
sure.
can easily upgrade.
Yep,
If you want to run an AK, just be completely aware that parts are going to be hit or miss, and finding them and obtaining them are going to be an extra harder step because you mostly have to order them.
It's going to take
stores-
about 2 to 5 years to come in.
Dude, my Gorka suit and the tactical rig that I run, the Smersh, took 3 months each to get here because they actually came from Belarus.
Wait,
So
did you buy the Gorka on Gray Shop?
no, I bought it on
Ukraine.com.
Rebels R
Dude,
Us.
that dead Russian. Let's just take his clothes.
I hope that joke is not bad in a couple of years.
You know, I was thinking about zip tying my tourniquet to my plate carrier. Actually,
But no,
just
I
like
got
the
it.
Russians.
As much as I don't like shopping on this website, I went to AliExpress because when you want to get Russian stuff, that's like one of the few websites that actually
actually
has
gets stuff
anything
from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, especially
Oh.
because you know that country right now is in war, like with NATO. So it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
harder to get anything from them now.
Yeah, I ordered something from Kali Tactical or whatever it was called, or Kula Tactical. That's right. A website purely based in like Russia and whatnot, and my package was delayed by like 2-3 months, and they sent me an email. They're like, "Yeah, we're being told to produce for the war front, so we can't make your stuff right now. So do you want a refund or you just want to wait?" And I was like, "I want a refund. I'm gonna go somewhere else." And then I came to AliExpress.
Alrighty.
I just want to go back really quick. Don't back about like your starting gun and stuff like that for anybody. Don't put your mind for so long on brands. Your first gun is going to be your first gun. It's not going to be perfect at all.
Don't get Lancer Tactical.
Y'all want to
Just-
see what my first
or
one ended up
Valkit.
like
Don't
now?
just don't look into it too much. Like you'll start learning what the good brands
Actually-
are, what the bad brands are. Like
I'll rephrase that.
You'll start picking up on things from other people and playing with more people, talking about their guns and everything. And I know that the stereotypical answer is, "Oh, this guy's M4, they're easy to work on." But it's not wrong. You can make that M4 how you need it to be. Yes, you probably should just chop off the whole half front of it and turn it into an SMG. You might as well have just gotten an SMG by that point. But an M4 is a really good way just to first start getting into it, to have your first kind of like personal gun, and as you continue to explore, then you're going to start getting into more platforms and stuff like that. Like
coming around,
90, like you'll learn.
Coming around to brands too. Actually, brands do matter in a sense, and I will say this: like, if you're looking to play long term, don't get Lancer Tactical and don't get Velkin. But if you do if you're gonna play every once in a while and it's just like a hobby rather than a sport to you, and you're just like, oh, I'm only gonna play like once a month or like once every other month, then yeah, get Valken or Lancer Tactical, because at least those will last you those time periods until you realize you need to get it fixed at some point.
Well, like I said, you'll start learning the good brands, and like you stated already, like if it's an every once in a while thing, like you shouldn't have to worry about it too much. But like if you plan on really playing a lot and very often, yeah, try to look for the good brands, but limit yourself at the same time. It's just like range for a gun. It's like it depends on the BB, the parts that are in, all this other jazz. It's the same thing when picking your first gun. You got to keep in mind on what's comfortable to you. Do you want to use an M4? The brand that it's being made, who makes it, all the other stuff. Airsoft, it's not easy per se to just jump in and just get the best gun that's like $150 and you're good. Like, it's not easy to do that at all. Like, it's practically impossible. It just comes down to what are you willing to sacrifice for between the pros and the cons.
Right. Anyways, all right, now we can go to Marvin's questions because I know he had a couple of them.
Yeah, one of them was gone, but
you could use the chat to type them up to like keep them there as notes.
yeah, okay. So in the in battle, because I keep forgetting, in an arena in battle, are you allowed to use flashbangs?
So there's sound grenades, not so much flashbangs, because I know there's sound grenades that act like a flashbang, because it makes the really loud pop sound, like a gunshot in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And I know sound grenades are allowed to be used because they have that 10-foot like blast radius rule or whatever. Flash grenades, I don't think you want children to be permanently blind with something that they're not ready for.
Now, you can use them
now. But I will say, I will say this though. There is a company, I don't remember which company, but Algebra. He actually got a flashbang grenade, but it's not an actual like flashbang. It's a battery operated flashing strobe light that acts like a flashbang that makes a really loud sound.
That's kind of dope, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's actually badass.
Yeah, so it's got high lumens voltage, so it actually will kind of like blind the player a little bit. Not as not as bad, but enough to like they can't see your silhouette.
I wish I knew what that was, because that would be really cool to use at the field rather than just sound grenades or BB ones. Because I could at least just try it out.
Right.
I need to get my hands on some grenades because there's so many moments where I wish I had them.
I have sound grenade that I can bring.
I just want to bring like a replenishable
I'm under 18,
one.
so I can't.
I want to get the impact one.
There's an impact grenade you can get.
Yeah, it carries. So okay, so I'll explain how it works. So there's a guy on Desert Reapers, the leader of Desert Reapers. He has one of those actually, and you load in 10 of them, 8 to 10 of them, depending on which one you get. You can load in 8 to 10 of those shells. You twist it to that shell, you toss it, and then when you toss it and it hits the ground, it goes off like a impact grenade. And then you pick it up, you twist it to the next shell, and you can toss it in the next room. And to the next room.
That's pretty nice.
I want one now.
I was gonna say, is it like the impact grenade in BF4?
Pretty much, except if you throw it at a player, it's not really gonna go off.
Oh, damn it!
Unless, I guess you truck it hard enough.
Yeah, but you're not gonna do that.
Okay, hear me out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, grenade frag toss it over the arena, get it into their spawn. Yay!
Facts.
I feel like this thing's gonna blow up anytime I hold it.
Do you have another question, Marvin?
Remains of my first airsoft rifle.
You have another question, Marvin?
It's the
I did, but it's gone. That was a long conversation that everybody had, and yeah.
Say
Did it involve like
No,
when it
'cause-
comes to like engaging a player? Did it involve?
I'm not sure. It's something that State Farm said. He said something.
Something
I'm
that
sorry.
State Farm said.
He said something that clicked my head. That was the second question, but it's gone.
You'll probably remember. If you do, I'd say write it down.
Yeah, that's what like when we
That's a
do
good
these, like
idea.
you can write it in the chat for when you think of something. Another thing too, I was gonna discuss as well as when it came to like Riot Shield users, how funny some of them terribly use it.
Well, because a lot of them just push up alone in a hallway, and then they're
Well,
trying to
and
find the field.
it's not even so much that it's more along the line of they also tend to not listen to the rule of when it comes to engaging players.
You could say that about every session, dude. I have so many people that
Well,
don't
like,
know what
okay.
10 feet look like.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is like, so there was a buddy of mine who would use a riot shield, and I had another buddy that was following that buddy to use a riot shield as well. When they would go in to engage a player, what they do is as they open up the shield, they would shoot from the side and kind of like do a sweep as they open it, and in hopes they hit somebody if they're fast
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, that's
So
what they
as
do.
they're opening it, so like their shield will be in front, they're going to be off to the right at a 90-degree angle, and as they open it, they move their arm and start engaging as soon as they get that opening. And it's smart. Like it's smart.
Oh, I understand now.
Like it's smart when they do it. It's just
Yeah.
Would you be able to toss a grenade from behind the shield?
yeah.
Yep.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things. Like if I do get that shield at the end of the day, I do want to run drills.
Yeah, because it's not blind firing. If you think about it, you're throwing an object rather than shooting behind the or around the object.
Yeah. I mean, it would be. Go ahead.
How tall is it?
It's about the size of a like average person, so like 5'11".
So someone who's 6'3" will not be usable with it.
You just crouch down behind it a little more, tuck yourself in.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, here we go. I found those impact grenades.
Oh.
It's from Fire War Games.
How much do they cost?
It's in euros.
Oh boy.
God.
Interesting.
Not the British. I don't like the British.
I think
We're Americans right here, boy.
if somebody has
British
a
or
shield
pounds.
going down a hallway, I feel like somebody should be right behind them with a gun, not with another shield.
Yeah. So the thing with that is like
Basically, you have a guy just.
the thing is
covers
like
the spot.
with that is like when somebody's running a shield and they're wanting to go like by themselves, it's very stupid that they do rather than running with somebody that is friendly, because of the fact that they think they could do it alone, and as soon as they're distracted by one target, another target's already going to be there to get them.
Yeah, that's why if I do get that shield, I want to run drills with the team. That way, like, say we're pushing a hallway and I'm taking up the center. I have someone on my left and right, high-low positions, just pushing along right behind me with the shield. So it's mobile cover for the two guys. Just pressing a hall as we move up to get ready and get within surrender range or nade tossing range. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
So,
For sure.
Gotcha.
how are you supposed to? Okay, so when you have that shield and you have your airsoft weapon, what if you want to use your weapon instead of your shield? Where would you put your?
You have to open your shield up, and then you can actually engage with your
Oh,
sidearm or your
Yeah,
rifle.
VIP, you have
You
to
can't put it on your back or nothing.
No, you don't have to
Nope.
put it away or anything like that.
Okay.
You
just have to
fully
open it up.
Yeah,
You have to open it
you have
up,
to,
they-
So-
you
so you
have to
don't-
expose yourself.
Yeah, you have to expose yourself.
Yes. So the
Facilities
thing
of
about it too is the rule with it too is it's very funny because people get this confused. So if the riot user is using the shield to cover in the front and you're shooting at a shield, his minimum engagement distance goes from surrendering him at 10 feet to 5 feet. So now you can do it at 5 feet.
Which I can say proudly, I've gotten one guy actually surrendering him with a riot shield.
It's funny because every time I come across somebody with a riot shield, I always immediately shoot the feet because they're gonna try to crouch down. I immediately just turn and whip and just boom, boom, boom. And I've had people hate that because I would just target the feet immediately, and it's just like, well, you try to crouch down as soon as you see me.
That's one of the reasons
Don't
I
worry,
like that
VM.
shield.
Don't worry, VM. Man.
That's
He
why I
will
like
get
that
your
shield, because it's a two-handed shield
No,
and
dude.
it's as tall as you as a person, so I don't have to worry about having to crouch or anything like that, and I can just hold it with both hands. That way, I don't have to worry about ever having to open my shield up to hit anyone. You know what I mean?
The guy I surrendered, it's in one of my couple of months ago videos and stuff like that. Like, he turned the corner and got down immediately, and I was just like, when I walked 2 feet forward, I was like, bang bang, and he's like, yeah, fair enough, it's 5 feet. And he gets up and walks away, and his buddies behind him are like, why didn't you say anything? He's like, because I'm dead. Dead men don't talk. But he was just like,
Yeah.
like, it took a second for him to click in his head. Like, you can see in the video goes, like, you can hear the dial-up noises, and then yeah, no, okay, yeah,
Took him a second to realize it.
yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the things that kind of sucks too about using that shield at VIP, is that you're so close quarters that as you come around the corner with a shield, you can't yell surrender at them, but they can surrender you. Is that the
too.
rule?
I think
Yeah,
so,
they say surrender at you if you don't have like an engagement spot on them.
Yeah.
So if your
it's
shield is facing them and stuff, so if you have a shield facing them, they hold on, my brain just like
I'm
died.
just thinking of two Riot Shield guys coming up to
Anyways.
each other 5 feet, just yelling bang bang at each other.
Well, at that point, like if there was 2 riot shields coming at each other, it's down to the point of who's gonna do the quick draw shield opening type thing.
That too, at least at VIP anyway.
Yo, right, shield duel.
Starts bashing each other with the shield. Starts full force, like at one, both at the edge of the hall on either side, both on either side of the halls, and they just run full force. Whoever gets knocked down has to go take a respawn.
They just start meleeing like it's Siege, and they just keep like meleeing at each other and parrying each other like it's Rainbow Six Siege or something.
I want
That's where my weight and gear would definitely help me.
Oh yeah.
If I rocked everything.
Does anybody here
Steve, for me,
likes outdoor fields?
I haven't tried them.
I don't mind the outdoor fields.
they're alright, I guess.
I've only
I just not in summer.
I've only been to Wild West, but I took my MP7 with me because it was cool in the morning, so I could run it. But I need to go either down to Freedom or go to Wild West again, but run a different gun, and then I can probably give my opinion. For right now, I think they're fine, and if they're the only way you can actually do some airsoft, or they're the only type of fields around where you live, then I mean, that's just the fields that are around you. It just depends on the season. Like, I'd rather go during the fall or winter. I'd rather just deal with the cold than the heat, because obviously we live here in Arizona. I'm not going to put my neck on the line just to go shoot plastic BBs at people
Outdoors
at 120 degrees Fahrenheit in Arizona with no clouds in sight, and it's exactly 12 o'clock noon over my head. No, screw that,
Right.
man. Screw that. Not
Wearing
doing
a
that
plastic
at all.
helmet and balaclava.
Honestly, I don't even know if I would go to Dreadnought by that point in time during the summer, because they're a hybrid indoor-outdoor, and I don't know how cool really the shade inside the warehouse is gonna be. So, probably
Well,
not.
inside the warehouse is actually pretty well cooled. It's when
Is
you're
it?
outside. It's when you're outside the arena of it.
If I ever end up outside, it's because I need to just travel from one location inside the warehouse and just take that detour outside. I'm right back inside again. I will refuse to stay outside, even if it's a small area. I will refuse to stay in that area during the summer.
Running
Man,
tank
if
top
I'm that shit, I'm
basketball
outta
shorts
here.
in your rig, dude. That's all you need.
Absolutely.
Dude, literally all you need is the goddamn the Alice rig. This is all you need in life.
I would definitely run something like that if I was over at Dreadnought during the summer.
Yeah, you should see my Smersh rig. It's basically like that Alice rig, but the mag pouches sit on your sides, so that way there's
I mean,
nothing in front of
You
you.
can with the Alice, you could literally just put it wherever you want. There's no like molly loops specifically.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of like about it. I don't know. God, my poncho fell. No. Damn it.
Well,
My
I
big
don't know if we
poncho.
have any more topics to talk about right now, and if we do, we could
Helmet
probably...
setups.
Helmet setups? We've already been talking for an hour, bro! It's been an hour! Believe it or not.
Helmets.
Yeah, we'll take that to the next podcast.
Next one.
Right.
Write it down. Write
Yeah.
it down.
Write
Write
down.
it
Put it
down,
in the
yeah.
chat. Put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat
Yeah,
so later.
Maybe
Right
we
on.
can talk about it next Friday, even though Leon will be gone. We can talk about it then.
Yeah, because I'll be out of the state into another state.
Yeah, he'll be out of town for a
That'd be
bit.
fun, though.
See which
I'll
Alec
be
do you
bringing
want
my
to help host
I'll be
next
bringing
episode?
my PC and stuff for when I'm flying over and stuff to do the edits and everything, so I could still keep it uploading. I just
Dude,
won't be there to the
Podcast on the
podcast.
plane.
Yeah, as it starts to go down, I am live here.
Bro, airsofting on a plane? Hear me out.
Yeah. Mill simming on a plane talking
Dude, that'd
about
be
gear
great.
guns.
Mill simming on a 747?
Don't get my hopes
That'd be cool to
up.
do one day, though.
Bro, who's getting texted?
Alec, do you want to help
Right on.
host next episode or the next episode on Friday this coming week, even though Leon will be gone?
Yeah, I'll be around.
I figured we might as well just keep, even when he's not here and stuff like that, keep the podcast going.
Keep it
obviously.
going.
Yeah,
Let us
fuck
know.
Leon, dude.
Keep it
Who
going.
needs him?
Right? Fuck your toes. Don't tell me.
Whoa!
And on that note, thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and all that other stuff. If you got any questions you guys want to add into this podcast stuff that we could bring up to the next time, feel free to drop it down below and we will do that. Other than that, bye-bye.
Bye,
See you guys.
everyone. See
Fruit
you.
Loops.
You love you guys.
Later, nerds.
See ya.